Hi there. So reflecting on some of your reflection questions, after looking at the research provided in the summary findings of social media and mobile internet use among teens and young adults, how can online educators use this tool to their benefit? How can they incorporate it into distance education? And what problems do you see arising? I found the document really interesting. With the large amount of young adults who own cell phones and have access to the internet, there are so many ways and programs that an instructor can incorporate into distance education. I think that Kenya had mentioned in her Flipgrid video towards the beginning of the course that cell phones are something that we should consider using more in distance education, and I completely agree. When I was teaching middle school, I used a Quizlet program where the students used cell phones to answer questions. The engagement was really high and students were really focused. I think if it's something that I used every day, obviously some of the problems would be that the interest level would go down and students would be using their phones for other things such as texting friends or other off-task behavior. The next question, distance education uses a variety of ways to connect with learners such as blogs and podcasts and videos. Knowing that social media is banned in K-12 traditional education, should distance education also be included in the policies that ban social media? Should distance education be banned as an option from public education considering these policies? I definitely don't think that banning social media is the answer. The students find a way around everything. When I was teaching middle school, there were tons of new programs, new apps that were developed that allowed students to communicate, and school administrators had no idea even what they were. So they weren't blocked. I think we can use the data found in the article, the first article, to inform instructors about student interest and create engaging activities that the students enjoy doing online, which would cut down on some of the off-task behavior that we do see on social media. I think being upfront and talking about the expectations of social media, like if you're allowed to use this, you're not using it for off-task behavior, you're using it for coursework. And I think there are ways that you can monitor that. And also just talking about qualities that a good digital citizen has. How can K-12 institutions set policies to facilitate technology in virtual and distance education? Like I said in my previous response, I think it's really important for the instructors to be upfront and with clear expectations on how to be appropriate online. You said institutions setting policies. I think the responsibility falls to the instructor to set up a community of learners who are taught to be respectful, empathetic, and responsible online. What can you do to incorporate social media in your context? As a previous middle school instructor, there are many ways to incorporate social media. I mentioned in my previous response that I used a Quizlet program in class to help students study for a state test. Another way that I imagine using social media is in the blog form. I've really enjoyed reflecting on this course with each module and feel like I could get some solid feedback from students if they were able to blog about their experience in my class.